right. Fabulous. All right. Well, I'm Rachel here with Mama's Geeky to talk to Garrett Wareing about The Long Walk. How are you doing today?
I'm so well. I've been able to talk about this film all day today. It is my favorite thing to do. I'm so proud of what we made, and the fact that people are responding so positively to it is really affirming, and it makes all the hard work really seem worth it. And I'm having a good day.
I love that. Like I truly genuinely love when I get into these things because I know it's a chore. It's a job for you guys, like
I
first and
enjoy
foremost.
it. Look, being able to talk about this with people who responded, who love the project,
Mhm.
it makes what I do so much more fun because to be able to engage with people who engage with your art and your work is rare, and I'm very grateful to be able to do that.
Yeah, and like I was lucky enough when I went to my screening, I was sitting next to a friend, and she was like a big fan of. She's a big Stephen King fan. She was a big fan of the book before the movie, and her and I were both just crying throughout the last half of this movie.
Believe me, I was in the same boat. I still am. It sits with you. It's this gut punch, and it sits in your stomach, and it really sits with you after you leave, and it makes you think about life and companionship and appreciating what you have while you have it. And I'm so glad that you felt the same way.
Yeah, and it's like I had just finished the book. I know I was like I haven't read this one yet. I love dystopian horror. Like it's my number one favorite thing. I was like, don't know how I've never heard of this one before.
Yeah,
So
right.
like I had just read it while I was in San Diego for Comic-Con in July.
Great.
Yeah,
I was
so I
down
was like,
there for a long walk as well.
oh yeah, I didn't have any of the interviews, but like a couple of my friends and coworkers did. So I was busy reading the book and trying to finish it before I saw the movie.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, we did a panel at Hall H and
Oh yeah, I was
7,000
there for that
people.
one.
You were there?
I was there. It was
Oh, thank you for
so
being
cool.
there. It
Oh, of
was a
course. I was so
really
excited.
cool life moment. I was like, how did I get here?
I know. And it was my first time doing San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Hall H. I get to
Me
see
too.
like one of my most anticipated movies. And like we got to
So
see like
cool.
the little sneak peek of
Yeah.
it. And that really sold me. I was like, I was already excited for this movie, but seeing like the sneak peek that they gave us, I was like, I don't think people are going to be ready for what they're going to feel after they see this movie.
Ah! Yeah.
Because that's one of my main takeaways too, is that, like you said, it kind of like sticks with you. And if you read the book is so incredibly just heavy and like foreboding, and the movie
Relentless. Relentless.
relentless.
Yeah.
And that's been one of my questions too, is it's, how is it filming this? Because it truly does feel like arduous and relentless. Like you really are walking, like there really is kind of
Yeah.
that feeling to
I
it.
mean, how was it like filming this? It was relentless and it was beautiful and it taught me a lot and it was cathartic and it was difficult and in every way it was perfect. It was what it was and what you see on screen is all true. I mean, both from the camaraderie and the companionship to the emotions and the pain and the way that we're walking and the limps that we have. I mean, that's all true. Uh, and to be able to walk alongside these boys whom I love and respect and who are so talented in this film and who are just steal the show and to be amongst their ranks is just a joy. And the fact I know I already said it, but the fact that people have responded so positively to this hard work that we put in is really affirming.
Yeah, and it's all of you guys are fantastic. Like I personally love your character. I kind of like that he was there. What he brought was I feel like he really rounded out like the group that we had. And then, without giving anything away, there's like a twist for him towards the end. So,
Yeah.
you know, without giving anything away about any of that, like did you use that twist to kind of like help build your character to
Oh my
understand him?
God, yes. I mean, that's his objective in getting into the walk to begin with. Everybody has their reasons for getting in, but I think Stebbins is a brutal one. And this realization that he experiences during that kind of monologue, realizing that maybe all of this was just in his head but none of this was true and how heartbreaking that is. This fantasy that he had built up and releasing that and that is the core of everything. Receiving my dog tag from the major and when they're all shouting "fuck the long walk," that it's all rooted within this reason for being a part of the walk. This is the primary objective that you're playing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's coming out at a very interesting time. I feel like I've been saying movies are coming out at really prescient times a lot recently, but like in today's world, it really is kind of like, how far are we away really from something like that?
It
So
makes
how is that kind of feeling going into
It
it?
makes you think, it makes you think about our place in this world. And for me, it was more so about like the temporal nature of things in life and how everything is temporary and everything ends. And the idea that like, we can appreciate what we have while we have it, even though we know it's going to end. And I think it's a beautiful story about companionship and um loving those around you, and I think Stebbins is a core player in that, and the idea of you go into something with one thing and you're allowing yourself to be changed. And I believe, yes, The Long Walk is a book, The Long Walk is a movie, but I believe that we all are on the long walk of life together, and finding companionship and finding beauty throughout that, I think, is really beautiful. And McVries has a monologue where he says, "Brother, I've been walking my whole life, and choose joy. You see that rainbow? That is joy. Follow this, and even in sad, hard times, I think that if we can find the companionship and find the joy, that's what gets us through this long walk of life."
Yeah, that was beautiful, poetic. I love it. No, it's so true. Like, and that was one of the things that I said too about this is it's like it's also just it doesn't shy away from what it is. And
No,
it's
no.
really kind of in your face, but also in ways it's kind of quietly in your face because while there are like, scenes that you get where it's like very graphic, but then you also kind of get stuff that's like in the background. So you don't see it, but you kind of hear it. And I feel like that kind of adds a little bit more to it, makes you feel like you're there. Like, you wouldn't want to look back and watch someone, get their ticket. You want to
Yeah.
keep walking and
One of
have
the key players says, "Promise me you won't look, promise me you won't watch as they do it." And oh, I just got chills thinking about it. That might be the most moving moment in the movie
I
with
wrote that down in my notebook when I was watching it. I was like, I have to talk about
Oh,
this.
and Tut is just a brilliant performer. And you heard what I said at the panel. I said, "You may not know his name yet, but my God, will you?" And I mean it. I mean, he is unbelievable in this film.
Oh,
And in between takes, we're goofing off, we're laughing, we're having a good time. And then the moment they call action, we all lock in. We are these characters. And to see him transform in that way is just so impressive. Ben Wong as well. His physicality, his
oh.
voice, all he's just a brilliant guy. And he's in the new Hunger Games. Go Ben!
Yes. Oh my God. No, I am like deserved first off because I love him and his performance, like I like literally you're right. There's so everyone in this movie is so talented. Everybody does so well with what they're given. But I want to ask, like, how is the camaraderie on set? Like, it's such a small cast and you're filming together quite often. So how'd you build a bond?
I will tell you this much. It is trauma bonded. We were all riding in the same vans. We would wake up at 3 in the morning, go to set, walk all day, finish exhausted, go get a blizzard at Dairy Queen or go get an extra dirty martini and eat some birria tacos and call it a day, and do it all again the next day and do that 5 times over and do it again the next week. And it was 2 very difficult months of my life that I learned a lot during. And I'm very grateful to each of these boys, and um their talent speaks for itself, and who they are as men speaks for itself. And um uh, this is a this career path is little pockets of existence and little pockets of summer camp and of life, and I'm so grateful for that pocket of my life and that chapter, because just like The Long Walk, it exists for a certain amount of time and then it ends. And just like that experience we had together, it exists and then it's over. And I remember saying goodbye to Tut for the last time, who played Art Baker. I said
Mhm.
goodbye to him, and I knew he was leaving, and I just went back to my hotel room and I sat in the windowsill and I just cried. I cried about his farewell. I cried about all of it. I cried about the experience as a whole.
Yeah, that's one thing that always fascinates me with, this section like this work is everything is ephemeral. It's like it's
Yeah.
not like a normal job where you're like, oh, I can know my coworkers for like 5, 10 years, whatever. It's like you have a job, you make all these friends, and then
Mhm.
you're done. And then maybe you'll stay in touch and you hope you will. And with a movie like this, it's like, yeah, you all probably did trauma bond. And I hope that bond kind of like goes further than like just
Does. I mean,
this movie.
we woke up to 100% on Rotten Tomatoes today, and I sent the screenshot to the group chat, and I was just like, "Congratulations, boys, we did it." And um, it's true. Like we walked the long walk together, and without them, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah. And it genuinely, from my perspective, from like several other people that I know, like it's one of the best adaptations of Stephen King that they've done.
I will wear that with like a badge of honor, and if we're amongst the ranks of of misery and Carrie, I'm a happy boy.
Yeah, no, it's very much well deserved. And what do you want people to kind of take away from this when they see it?
Um, I think that I want people to take away the fact that we are all one, and we were all together walking this long walk of life, and you can choose to be with your walls up, or you can choose to find companionship. And I think if you watch Stebbins throughout the film, he leans in with the walls up, and then by the end, he's accepting the companionship. And I think if we take something away from that from this film, it's that.
I love that. Yeah, it really is companionship. I hope people read it after they see it, especially considering it's a little different than the book.
How cool, huh?
No, it's
It's,
yeah.
I think fans of the book are in for a treat when in regards to what we're both talking about right now.
Yes, and I know someone was like I think it was like one of my friends talked to JT Molnar and he was like, see the movie before you read the book if you haven't read the book. But I was like, I have to read the book before I see the movie. And my jaw was just dropped.
I encourage people. I think the book should be read first and then see the
That's
movie. But
that's how I
both
felt too.
do both. I have my faces. This poster is actually on the cover of a book, which is crazy to me that I'm on the cover of a book.
Yeah.
So get the Long Walk movie adaptation copy. And I'm a proud owner of one of the very first prints of the Long Walk from the '70s. It's a Richard Bachman cover, the classic red one, and it's a prized possession of mine in my room, and I'll keep it with me forever.
I love that. So well deserved. You are so great. Everybody was so great. You and the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes is beyond deserved. So I'm just excited for more people to see this movie and for you to be able to see more reactions from people.
I'm going to a fan screening tonight. This will be the first like kind of live reaction that I'll be able to get to witness. And oh, I'm just so excited for this.
I think you're going to be in for a treat. Like if I had like five people in my press screening and we were all just kind of like, oh my God, at the end. So I think you're going to be in for it.
I have a hard time speaking after the fact.
Yeah.
It really kind of gets me in my gut. So I
Mhm.
hope everybody enjoys the film.
They're all going to leave and they're just going to be like heads down, just like,
That's how I'm. I have to like sit and like let the credits roll and like sit there and just like resonate, let just what happened marinate in my bones. Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you
Uh,
so much for your time. I could talk
Ooh.
about this movie forever, but
I could too. It's my favorite thing to talk about, but
at
thank you.
least you have all day and you'll have the fan screening. So I'm excited for that. I hope you have a fantastic time and
All right.
congrats on the
Thank you
movie.
for your time. I can't wait for everyone to see it, and I appreciate the other good vibes.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you.